I want to snap, but I don't want them to run. The Collector and the Morbs are going to go crazy here. Oh my goodness, they lock it in. Oh, fast forward. What are we left with? Again. Our hand's too full to like add more cards. That's the problem here. Not bad. 28-point Morb, 15-point Collectors. Discard is absolutely popping off, and it has two key new additions. Nebula is putting in some serious work in so many mid-range decks, and with Storm, it's performing very well. Discard no longer wanting to play the Lockjaw because of the Lockjaw change. You can't recycle multiple swarms into your Lockjaw on turn 6. However, Storm then slots in perfectly because Morbius and Dracula are amazing ways to win the Storm lane. And we've now also got Nebula for more points into the Storm lane, and the spicy 1 point buff to the Collector has proven to be a really nice addition to this deck. The Collector is certainly not going to be blowing your socks off like Morbius, but it's quite common for your Collector to play for 5 or 6 points in this deck. The Collector is going to get +2 points every single time you discard a Swarm. And bear in mind, if you play Colleen onto Swarm, that's 2 points onto your Collector, so it's 4 points already. And then if you M.O.D.O.K your Swarms and you've got 2 in hand, that is already 4 more points on your Collector, which means your Collector's can play for 8 points, which is pretty incredible. So Collector feels like a nice option if you miss the Morbius, and in a discard deck, you can always just discard it and you're not forced to play it. The rest of the deck plays and builds itself. You've got Hellcow and Dracula as your 4 energy options. M.O.D.O.K is the main man to clear up a bunch of your discards and get your Collector and Morbius really ticking along. And the top deck of Chavez, not only does it give you amazing consistency with this deck, but it synergizes so beautifully in discard so that you've always got something for your Dracula to discard. Bear in mind, if Dracula discards your Apocalypse will get that extra 4 points, and then Dracula will buff by that amount. It's serious. It would have been 8 points. Like, obviously, can't believe how I helped this out. So, but 1 point is a big buff. The card was not that bad in this deck anyway. I think it was being underrated. We're obviously going to play at least 1 here. I guess we'll play 2 here and then 1 here. Seems good. Yeah, this seems like the best discard deck I've played so far. Let's see. They lock it in. Should we be fearing the Absorbing Man? It's a Wasp. It's a Valkyrie. Well, they aren't going to win the left because I played into the Nebula. I was very optimistic from them. Alright, we have Nebula on 1. Yo, Lemo, GG. Cool deck. It was you I just played against, right? We'll go for the Colleen, and hopefully we discard our Polaris. Brilliant. Oh, mate, if they had initiative as well, my Colleen would have discarded that. No sign of the Collector in this one, or the Morb. Morb is so good into Quantum Realm. She should... I thought Nebula would buff in that... with that interaction, but apparently not. We'll take the Hellcow off to the left, I guess. They have Dark Hawk and stuff for Quantum Realm too. What was my free variant? I got Maria Hill. Boo. Kind of lame. They could have risked the Green Goblin mid. It would have worked out for them. Why do you not get a free variant? Oh, you will. You'll just have to log on to mobile. It'll be in your inbox. It doesn't work on PC. If you're never checking your inbox on mobile, mate, you probably got so much sauce waiting for you. It's going to be like Christmas. Dark Hawk to the right, you would imagine? Oh, wow, that is heartbreaking. No, we win still, right? Yeah, we win. She's going to go to 1 lane. I want to play the Storm here, so I'm not going to play Colleen. We could also not go for the Storm. Like, Zabu is a pretty big threat. Let's go for it. Whatever, man. We have the Drac and the M.O.D.O.K combo. It's a lot of points still. Debris not what I was anticipating. Some kind of hazmat deck. Interesting. I would say we're pretty good into this. We can play a Swarm into Rickety Bridge to make sure that that's a tie. We have M.O.D.O.K and APOC mid. Or M.O.D.O.K and Chavez, rather. Hazmat is not good against Dracula at all. Come on, the M.O.D.O.K. It's quite a lot of points in fairness. They can Wong us as well and absorbing man us. They can do all sorts, so that is a concern. So, I am losing to the left. 1 point of Hazmat, 2 points off Absorbing Man, 3 points, well, 4 points off Wong. So, if it is Wong, now it can't be Wong, Absorbing Man, Hazmat all in the same, right? It can be maximum Wong, Hazmat, or Wong. It'd be Wong, Hazmat, Absorbing Man. That's like the best they can do, right? Wong, Hazmat, Absorbing Man. Or Wong, Hazmat, Absorbing Man. So if it's Wong, then Hazmat, that's -2, -3. So we're at -3, we're at -1, which 9 gets us there. So we should win. It's a lot of points. Yeah, we get them. If we went Chavez left, we actually... if we went Chavez mid, rather, we would have lost. We wouldn't have had enough points mid. But we did the maths on like the best case, and we got the victory as a result. But I'm actually really impressed with the Collector in this one so far. I've been really enjoying this deck a lot more than I enjoyed the Hazmat one. We're going to snap. We have Collector, Storm, Nebula. That's like secured. But yeah, Collector has impressed me in this deck. I didn't have high hopes for it. I thought it would be meh. And it is not that great, but it's definitely better than meh. It's been solid. So are you getting the +2 power location 3 times in a row, Cerebro? Yeah. Oh, it looks like we might be up against it. Quantum Tunnel's really good for us. It's like the Lockjaw of old, right? I used to love Lockjaw discard, but no longer very good.
Wind, aid my hand.
Okay, so it's a Sarah control deck as opposed to a Cerebro one. We're going to slam the Hellcow. Risky. There's a lot of good stuff to hit, though. Every single card in the deck is good, and like, why not just slam the Hellcow, because we could find it again later. Just don't hit the M.O.D.O.K. Nice. Look at the Collector go. The Collector's going to pop off this game. We don't even need it to particularly, because we have Nebula Storm. Hazmat comes through kind of early. We take the M.O.D.O.K. Then we can just slam a bunch of swarms into Quantum Tunnel, play Chavez. Pretty sure Quantum Tunnel isn't working like Lockjaw does. It doesn't say that on the ability. We get the fast forward. They play the Sarah. We have a handful of swarms. Can we even draw Chavez? It's a calamity, mate. There we can. Cool. Oh. The nice thing is as well, we still have a swarm in hand, so if we hit the Hellcow, we could have left, interestingly, one swarm in hand, We should have maybe have not played one swarm to the left because we could have got more discards for the Morbius and the Collector. I mean, I guess it is losable, like a Shang-Chi to the left. We are actually 2 points behind to the left, and they can play quite a few cards. They lock it in. Do we get Shang-Chi to the left? Mid is, of course, secure. Apocalypse, nice. Hellcow, solid. We want to hit the Morbius, not the swarms. Nah, it's a bummer. I think Morbius was actually the biggest points we had, and we missed it. They are winning the left. Oh, can they really win the right? Well, here comes Gambit. That's going to be a start. Rest in peace, Collector. Gambit can come back as well. Absorbing Man is going to hit Shang-Chi. Fortunately, we didn't actually hit the Morb after all. Gambit again is scary. Hit Monkey's a big amount of points. My goodness. They don't need that many more. They just need 5 more. Nice. GG though. Oh, Nebula grows as well, so. I look cute tonight. Thanks, Marquez. I caught the sun a bit. Maybe that's it. Gamer went outside. I know. Hard to believe. I'm surprised myself. No sign of Collector and Cloning Vats is a bit of a heartbreaker. Kamartage is great for us. They snap. I mean, they've Yondu'd us twice. Storm. It's obviously Galactus, most likely. Might not be. It might be some kind of wave deck. Let's hope it's Galactus. Because we just cut the Galactus.
Wind, aid
Nice.
my hand.
I mean, Collector's definitely the worst card in this deck, but I do think it actually has improved the deck overall. This looks like a pretty easy win to me. We actually overcommitted mid in the end. Although they might have Doctor Doom. We drew Chavez on turn 5, guys. But it does say starts at the bottom of your deck, draw this on turn 6. So that does actually make sense. That does actually make sense. I thought that was a bit sus.
Truly.
Yeah, we just got this Chavez split recently. It matches my Spider-Man that I have. Not the Dr. Octopussy, for fuck's sake. Alright. Well, that was actually the best card to be left. That's good news. That is very good news. This is a big apocalypse. Nice Octopussy, dude. Oh, oh.
A superb specimen.
Nice.
Truly.
The 24-point apocalypse. Right, here's where we flex. We don't even have to play anything, guys, because they always concede. Easy! Woo! They always concede, so we don't even have to play anything. What an easy game. I was so worried I was going to get stream sniped. I was so worried. Playing him in Vats is the normie move. The banter move is risking the stream snipe. So YouTube, I just found you on Twitch. Yo, what's up, Sushi? Lovely to have you here. They start with Nebula. See, like, Collectors was looking fuck's sake. Solid. The peak is a nightmare. Collector carrying. Mojo Nebula synergy is really nice. Big fan. It's almost certainly a loss, isn't it? Kind of just want to go next, you know, save some time. Yeah, Nebula's very OP. I made the call before she was released. It was quite obvious. I had quite a lot of people flaming me in my YouTube comments like, dude, you're calling this card insane when, like, she's not even out yet. Like, you're saying these are the best decks for her when she's not even out yet. It's like, Yep. Card's broken. You can just do the maths on it. It should never have been printed as a 1-1. It was very obvious before she was released. Should always be a 1-0. Even then, she'd be good. It was way too good at 1-1. They really shouldn't be releasing Battle Pass cards, in my opinion, that are clearly overtuned before release. I think it's a huge problem for the game. It's really not fair on people that are buying the pass. We had this issue before, and it's kind of sad that it's happened again, really. Well, lots of people were running Killmonger. I think today, not so much, just because it's the new cards have just dropped, right? Killmonger's been around. I mean, to be fair, the Battle Pass cards have always been pretty OP. In beta, they were very good. Like, we had Spider-Man, Daredevil, Nick Fury. Like, what a card he is, Cap. We'll try our luck. I think it's a loss. But if we hit M.O.D.O.K, or if we hit Swarm, Collector grows a bit, which might help us out. The Nebula's not growing. Surely a loss. It's not a very good hit, Monkey. We might be okay here. I think we're fine. I think we win. Unless we discard exactly Storm. Even then we win. Nice. Collector doing the business. Look at that. 6 points for 2. It's so long, right? Mate, I'm really liking Collector in this deck. Like, the curve feels so nice on it. One point is a big deal. Were Magneto and Doom? No. So the Battle Pass cards were... The first one ever was... Wave. I think Daredevil was number 2. Maybe Spider-Man number 3. Nick Fury 5. Or 4 rather. Counting is pretty difficult actually. I don't really think we like the look of Grand Central particularly. So I'm going to storm it. Controversial, but... Yeah, but also Wave first Battle Pass card was before She-Hulk was a card. And also, I think pretty much everyone was in pool 1 and 2, so she wasn't actually very good when she... Like, the month she got released, she was very meh. Tricky decision. I mean, I think it's got to be the Hellcow, right? It's got to be the Hellcow. It yaks the Collector up. It's enough points, I think. No, I mean, Thanos and Galactus weren't available to players until after full release, like December, January time even. Maybe later. It's when they added Series 5 for the first time, right? Same time as like Hellicarrier came out and such. The difference is that Thanos and Galactus you could get off random locations and stuff. Like X-Mansion. But yeah, like I think it's like the Battle Pass system I think is fine, but I do think it's really problematic that we've got yet another card which is like better than it should be. It's not really acceptable in my opinion. They shouldn't be doing it. Like they made this mistake before, and it's I think it's very obvious to... It was very obvious before release that the same kind of mistake had been made again. So we need to play to beat Doom, which is not that difficult, right?
A superb specimen, truly.
We beat this still. Six for 2 collector again. The card is very nice. Mate, guys, I know I've said it already, but mate, collector's actually popping the hell off in this deck. This is the best discard deck of all time right now. Even though the lockjaw discard decks were better, it's because other decks have also become worse. We're going to snap with Collector Storm. Maybe we should be playing Collector in a different lane to the Storm, because we have Dracula though. So maybe the Collector positioning was incorrect here. Kind of jumped the gun a little bit. But I think we'll just slam the Storm still. Dracula's not really guaranteed good until late. Okay, I mean, the Raft is actually problematic too. So, little change of plan. We're risking the Collector dying. Probably. But we could also hit a 2-cost card. You can replace Hellcow. Yeah, Hellcow could definitely go. I wouldn't replace it for Wong. I think Hellcow's really good. I like it a lot. You just have to accept that Hellcow is a high roll kind of card. Oh, wow, okay. We could have gone Nebula, Colleen. Would be putting more stats into Collector long term. The Dracula's not actually that good necessarily, so it might have been a better line. Okay. Yeah, honestly, White Queen doesn't sound that bad either. Main thing I'd be worried about is Dracula if you miss M.O.D.O.K. Makes the Dracula worse, right? APOC off the top. Never punished. We get very heavily rewarded there. Well, let's just M.O.D.O.K to the left. Because Collector's going to grow enough. And they don't know that beforehand. Actually, will it grow enough? I mean, it won't grow enough, but... If they were to Spidey it, I'm talking about... It's going to grow by 3. So we have a 3-point Collector. So the threat is Jeff to the right. Maybe Shang-Chi to the left. We're beating anything that's not Shang plus something, right? Even Shang plus something seems, at least to the left. So that's why I'm just putting maximum points to the right. If they were to stay in this because they've got some kind of cheeky play. Which could maybe beat Chavez, like Doom. Doesn't beat Chavez. Jeff and something. I can't think of Jeff plus anything that would also be able to beat it. I don't see how we're losing. But I'm just making sure. It's more likely to have some kind of surprise to the right, but I don't think there's anything. Not like they can play Claw because of middle location being full. Yep. Victory. Nebula on 1 almost feels snap worthy. As I was saying. Deck has been consistently great, just had a hard time beating Shuri. Yeah. A lot of the stuff which got nerfed, like, it was bad against Sandman as well, right? I still haven't played Orca. Then I have Hellcow. You definitely can play this deck without Hellcow. You could just play Swordmaster, for example, right? Like another discard card would be reasonable, I think. I'm actually quite anxious about the Storm lane being a winning lane here, but we're going to try it nonetheless. With Nebula. Looks like it could be some kind of Hazmat Luke Cage deck, maybe. Some kind of Sarah control deck. I actually think the Morbius feels like an overcommit. However... Let's go for it. Because of Enchantress being a big threat at the moment, Morbius and Shang-Chi, it's like my only card which plays into both. Or either, really. Can I like Ghost Rider in this? Just so in case you discard your M.O.D.O.K early? Yeah, Ghost Rider would be fine. Hellcow's definitely better in my opinion. I think it's very niche that you're going to want to play Ghost Rider, but I can see the logic. There's so many things you could play in this slot, right? Like, you could play Mystique, Wolverine, I think Mystique is also a little bit too niche because you often play Morbius and then Storm afterwards. Well, let's play around the Shang-Chi on the Colleen Wing. I wonder if it was better for us to take the Drac and then... It might have been better, right, to take the Drac and then... We can't get Shang-Chi'd, whereas here we're just walking into Shang-Chi. But they have to guess where we play the Chavez, I suppose. The obvious place is to the right, so we won't do that. We'll play to the left. It's also... Maybe it's like not even a good idea to play the Swarms in Vibranium because they have some kind of Dark Hawk lurking. It's quite possible. Could be a loss. I could see this one being a loss. No doubt. I guess Speci only looking at Twitch chat. No. Sorry. I'm just concentrating. Is it revealed deck tournament like everyone knows each other's decks? Yeah, I think this one is open list. Sorry, Justin. But yeah, I think it's open list. I like Moon Knight Stature. Yeah, I don't own Stature. Alright, we don't want to see Dark Hawk and we don't want to see Shang-Chi left. And we certainly don't want to see both. Okay, it's Hazmat. It's Absorbing Man. And it's Luke Cage, which will be a loss. We lose to this. GG. At the nuts. It wasn't even close. Fair play.